Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this edition of Reporter's Notebook. For those of you who are just tuning in for the first time, Reporter's Notebook is where we sit down with our reporters here at WNCT Channel 9 and talk to them about the stories they did today, their everyday life, get a little snapshot into the life of a reporter. So today we have with us Madison Forsey. Madison is joining us from Skype, and she has finished her stories up for today. Madison is one of our reporters. She also anchors sometimes for the nightside shows as well, so that's really cool. And Madison, you did a story today about a program that you've covered before, but it was kind of a follow-up today. You were getting some more information, and this was about the Count on Me program here in North Carolina. So for those who don't know what that program is, talk to us a little bit about what it entails.
Yeah, so it's basically a program that's focused on helping not just restaurants, but really anyone in the hospitality industry kind of just refresh their minds about what those health and safety procedures are. So how to clean off the table. When you go to clean off the table, having the right sanitizer, having the right rag or something to wipe down the table with, but then also cleaning everything that's on that table. So not just the tabletop, but the napkin dispenser, the salt and pepper shakers, anything that's on there, little things like that. That maybe, in the day-to-day life, restaurant owners or people within the restaurant industry might have just forgotten. And there's also tips about proper hand washing, which really everyone can learn from. Everyone in the hospitality industry utilizes stuff to do with social distancing. So really just kind of trying to drive home a lot of those safety measures that state health leaders and people on a state level have been pushing people to do, kind of teaching them. But once that program is over, you get a certificate. So you can display the certificate in your business. So that way, when customers come through, they can ask questions and say, what is the Count on Me NC program? That starts a dialogue about how, these restaurant owners and business owners are committed to health and keeping you safe from COVID-19. But then it also, it lets anyone know that just walking by on the street, okay, this business owner is taking a little bit of extra time to make sure that not only I'm safe as a customer, but their employees are safe as well.
That's great. That's an awesome initiative as a program to start, especially during this time. I mean, that's definitely something I hope that they continue, after COVID-19 is over, just to have that certificate and know. I mean, you see the grade A, grade B signs in restaurants and places like that, but to have another certificate saying, we really take the time to care about sanitizing for our employees, for our customers, and making sure this is a really healthy and safe place for people to come visit. I think that's really great. So talk to me again. I mentioned that you had done this story before as well. So talk to me about the difference and what you learned the first time you went out and talked to people about this story as compared to, what people are doing now. Are they doing anything differently, or what else did you learn today?
So the first time I went out and did this story, it was a slightly smaller version, and it was mainly just like the nuts and bolts of it. And I think that's a lot of the times what we'll do with big programs like this is like you need a story to break down what the program is, but then you need another story to kind of follow up on the human element. So when we first learned about the program, we didn't really know of any businesses participating in our area, and we couldn't really find any right off the bat. But then recently I saw the city of Greenville posted on Facebook some of the restaurants, hotels, businesses that utilize the program and got the certificate. So then that kind of opens itself up to the more human element. So one of the restaurants, I went to two restaurants today, Smashed Waffles and CD Grill. And CD's Grill has only been open for like 2 or so years, but it was cool to get to go there because one of the things that the woman that I interviewed spoke about, she's waitress, cashier, runs social media, she kind of does it all. She was saying that, even within the 2 years of them being open, that they've kind of created this family there. And that, having that certificate and having that almost like a guarantee up on the wall is just their commitment to their restaurant family and their commitment to making sure that they keep the patrons that they love, the friends that they've developed over the years, that they keep them safe. So that's what was kind of cool about following up today is kind of hearing, more of the emotion behind a program that can seem very black and white.
great. And that's, I mean, like you said, Madison, that's kind of what we do is you have to do as reporters. You are looking into that program, like you said, and then you read more about it as businesses were starting to join into the program and actually participate. And then you got to go back and see it, in action with local restaurants, with local businesses, and see how people were reacting to that and how it made them feel. And that's what we have to do as reporters. We have to constantly keep following up on stories and looking deeper into things and trying to find ways that, you as viewers, it localizes it. It makes it more personal so that you guys want to watch, and it makes it entertaining to see, oh, wow, like this is how this is impacting somebody in a positive way. Like that's so cool that we get to hear the follow-up and learn more about this as something progresses and keeps the ball rolling. So that's really cool.
Oh
And
yeah.
that's a great example of, what we do every day.
Yeah, and like that's also just my favorite part. This is, I mean, off topic, but like that's my favorite part of journalism. Period. Is like finding the human element and associating the fact that like, oh, I recognize that person, that business owner, like, or that person that works at that business, and that's awesome that they're going the extra mile to keep me safe. So it's the human element, and I think it also shows us that like we're more similar, and it kind of engages people in a little bit more empathy, and that's part of what I like about journalism. So
Awesome.
a little bit
I love
a sidebar there.
I love that. I feel the exact same way. I always try, especially during this time with the coronavirus, it can be a little negative
Yeah.
sometimes watching the news. So I really have been trying, in the past couple weeks, the past month or so, to really try to find those positive stories that make people feel good, things about humanity, things about positive things that people are doing in the community that, are helping others and helping their neighbors, or, things like that. Just, wanting to make their establishment, their business, a better place for the community, even in, difficult
Yeah.
times like this. So I think that's really great. And I love that that's your favorite aspect, because it's mine too. So I think that's all the questions that I had for you today, Madison. I really appreciate you getting on here and chatting with us about the Count on Me program. I really hope we're able to continue up with this. It's super awesome. If you guys want more information on this, you can go to WNCT.com for more on the Count on Me program. And we will catch up with Madison another time. So thanks so much for joining us. Thank you, Madison. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your
Thank
day.
you.
Bye, guys.